The preserved, authentic Urals holding untold riches in its depth are by right considered the Russian capital of jewelry fashion. The Russian-owned jewelry school started with a malachite box with the first diamonds and emeralds found in the Urals in the 19th century. Around the same time, the great Carl Fabergé began his work creating his masterpieces from Ural gemstones, and with the help of Ural craftsmen. Pyotr Derbyshev, a Ural jeweler who arrived in Petersburg in 1905 in best shoes, was even allowed by Fabergé to put his personal stamp on his works. This privilege was awarded only to a few masters of the jewelry house. Today we will introduce you to a real fairy tale about the birth of precious works of art and tell you about all the stages of making jewelry in our own production of the CHAMOVSKIKH jewelry house. Preserving the jewelry heritage of the Urals, the brand manufactures true masterpieces. The company masters are perfectly proficient in the ancient secrets of craftsmanship and modern technology. We invite you to familiarize yourselves with the full cycle of creating jewelry, from sketch to finished product. Works of high jewelry art begin with inspiration. Talented jeweler artists, impressed by the beauty of natural gemstones of unique characteristics, find worthy accompaniment to them. According to the canons of the Ural jewelry school, the CHAMOVSKIKH artists create a design that is absolutely in tune with the shape, color, and cut of the gem, the decoration of the soul. In their works, they combine centuries-old traditions, historical motifs, new influences, and current trends. Based on the sketch, the visual embodiment of the artist's idea, professional 3D modelers build a three-dimensional model. It allows us to see as completely as possible how a piece of jewelry will look and make adjustments if necessary. At this stage, the view and size of each part, insert, patterns are designed. The process is performed with the highest precision, down to 1/100th of a millimeter. Depending on the complexity of jewelry, the creation of a 3D model can take up to several months. After the three-dimensional prototype of the future piece of jewelry is designed, it is sent to a 3D printer or a 3D milling cutter to make a model from polymer, foundry wax. This new equipment allows us to reproduce unique objects with complex geometry that cannot be created manually or on other milling equipment. The next step in the production of jewelry is soldering wax parts to a special rod, which jewelers call the tree. After it is formed, the wax parts are loaded into a special mold, flask, which is filled with molded mass. The polymer melts at a temperature of 800 degrees Celsius, and the jewelry alloy comes in its place. CHAMOVSKIKH jewelry is made from 999 fine bank ingots with the addition of Italian ligatures. Due to this, the gold in the accessories of the brand has a noble lemon, white, or pink shade. After casting, the assembly, soldering, and intermediate processing of jewelry are carried out. The technical equipment at the highest level and the work of virtuoso masters make it possible to achieve the reference quality of jewelry making, adherence to the ideal geometry, elaboration of the smallest details. The jewelry house's jewelry is distinguished by subtlety, manufacturability, sophistication, and complexity of the design. All of them have a high degree of functionality and are aimed at ensuring that the owner of the jewelry feels comfortable when wearing it. CHAMOVSKIKH develops and patents unique mechanisms that give jewelry the ability of transformation. Assembly of such complex and unusual designs requires the utmost concentration and professionalism. In parallel with these processes, the CHAMOVSKIKH gemologists select gems that are ideally combined with each other in color, purity, shade, and many other parameters. At the setting stage, they are arranged in a spectacular jewelry ensemble. the CHAMOVSKIKH jewelers polish products even at intermediate stages in order to achieve the perfect appearance and luster of all elements. For us, there is no reverse and backside of the product. Truly beautiful jewelry should be perfect from all angles. At the same time, even the internal surfaces of jewelry should bring aesthetic pleasure. At all stages of production, it is important to conduct thorough quality control, carefully check the product, and, if necessary, refine it to bring it to perfection. The jewelry of the jewelry house is complemented with an engraving of the company logo, the name of the piece of jewelry or collection, as well as the characteristics of the gemstones. With the help of a modern laser, masters can reproduce a family coat of arms, a miniature family tree, memorable phrases, a prayer, photos of people dear to you, uncertain accessories. One of the most important and exciting moments in the creation of a jewelry masterpiece is the setting of the central gemstone. Since there are certified premium-level gemstones in the heart of CHAMOVSKIKH jewelry, they require the most careful treatment and great craftsmanship. The owner of the jewelry house, Alexander CHAMOVSKIKH, personally acquires collection items at the best deposits and polishing enterprises of the world in order to guarantee their quality, track their history, and ensure the safety of their extraction. The specialists of the brand and, in particular, the setters, are regularly sent to study at the leading jewelry schools of the world, preserving the traditions of the craft and improving their skills with new knowledge from the world's leading experts. The Ural jewelers confirm the status of the best in Russia. Diamonds of fascinating beauty with the characteristics of color from D to G, IF to VVS purity and excellent cut, luxurious emeralds, sapphires and rubies of the collection class, spectacular gemstones of the luxe and top color classes require a special approach. The final stage, the polishing of a piece of jewelry, is performed only manually by the CHAMOVSKIKH masters. Each band and inner surface of the product are polished with threads, thus luster is achieved. Great attention is paid to the final polishing. At this stage, a lot of specialists are involved, who use the most modern high-tech equipment in their work. Thus, after going through many stages of production, a piece of jewelry is born in the genre of high jewelry art. It is handed down from generation to generation and replenishes collections of jewelry connoisseurs from around the world. The Ural masters continue to develop the region's jewelry business, and this is highly appreciated by specialized experts. CHAMOVSKIKH pieces of jewelry regularly occupy the first places and receive the grand prizes at international jewelry contests. The jewelry house is the winner of the Carl Fabergé International Jewelry Art Competition. The limited edition jewelry series of CHAMOVSKIKH has become part of the Peterhof State Museum Preserve. The jewelry exhibition took its place in the Special Treasury. The CHAMOVSKIKH jewelry, the talent and professionalism of the masters of the brand, in combination with the most up-to-date technical capabilities, bring the Ural School to a new stage of development and the world level of manufacturing.